What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Kelvin Graves Show. I'm your host, Kelvin Graves. Thank you for watching. A few announcements before we get started. Kelvin Graves Show is coming back. Like I said, I think last week, I'm recording the Kelvin Graves Show every other week. Hopefully that'll help me get to where I want, and then I'm going to start doing every week. But right now it's every other week. So this episode is coming out on the 19th, the 20th. The next episode will come out February the 3rd. So that's every other week. Like I said in the last episode, my cookbook dinner desserts guide to my favorite recipes is coming out sometime in the next few months. This book you have baking essentials, baking tips, conversions, and a section where you can put your own recipes. If you're learning how to cook, then this is the book for you. You know, I'm still learning and I'm teaching what I learn, all right? So with that, we're going to get into it. So y'all know it's been cold. It's been snowing across from maybe Arkansas all the way to Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, parts of Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, DC, New York, Chicago, all of those. It's been snowing. So this what happened at the HBCU. Over 30 North Carolina A&T State University buildings were without heat. Students in affected residence halls were asked to go home. So 34 North Carolina A&T buildings were without heat. Most of them, I think all of them, were residential halls. Students were asked to go home Wednesday night, and students who could not go home, pretty much, they they booked hotel rooms. So there was over 1,700 students without housing, and they booked around 500 hotel rooms. One student said he was driving from Jacksonville until the heat in his building was fixed. He said, quote, do better or you're going to have a lot of people transferring because it's about to get bad. This is going to continuously happen because you're not going to change it. A freshman from California said when she was packing her bags, it was 50 degrees in her room. She also said, why don't we have better housing? We have students that pay $30,000 to come this year, and we're dealing with no heat and no hot water. It's simply crazy. The university released a statement pretty much saying that the buildings were without heat. They're going to repair them. They asked students to go home. If you could not go home, then there were alternative accommodations, but I feel like honestly they should have known that that was going to happen. If you look at the weather, you knew something was going to happen, and the smart decision was to say, okay, we know it's going to get cold. Let's check to make sure our halls have heat. The que- wait on wait. The question is, aren't you supposed to already be doing that? Making sure your halls are up to date and up to anyway. um so yeah, next we're talking about something that happened in Florida. So y'all know it's always Florida. It's always Florida, and I read this yesterday and I got upset because it's always Florida. um so the Florida Department of Education bans diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in state colleges. The Florida Board of Education said Wednesday it has implemented strict regulations limiting the use of public funds for diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) programs, activities, and policies in the Florida college system. The new rule defines DEI as any program, campus activity, or policy that classifies individuals on their bias of race, color, sex, national origin, gender identity, or sexual orientation, and promotes differential and preferential treatment of individuals on the bias of such classification. It bans schools within the Florida college system from using state or federal funds for programs related to DEI. It also prohibits 28 schools within the system, including Hillsborough Community College and St. Petersburg College, from, quote, promoting or engaging in political or social activism. And it defines political or social activism as, quote, any activity organized with the purpose of affecting or preventing change to government policy, action, or function, or any activity intended to achieve a desired result related to social issues where the institution endorses or promotes a position in communications, advertisements, programs, or community campus activities. And this next part is what made me upset. The Florida Education Commissioner Manny Diaz Jr. said in a meeting on Wednesday, quote, like the governor said in his State of the State address, DEI in practice stands for discrimination, exclusion, and indoctrination, and it has no place in Florida. Students should be focused on learning the truth about our country instead of being radicalized by woke ideologies in our college classrooms. First of all, the reason, and I said this, I thought about this, and then I'm going to say it now. The reason that we have DEI programs is because of the truth of this country. The reason we have DEI practices is because of the truth of this country. Okay. That DEI stands for diversity, not discrimination. See, it's crazy how people are so narrow-minded that they don't understand that what they're saying is some stuff. Diversity, discrimination. Diversity. Having a diverse background. Being a diverse country. Diversity. From what I think diversity is, having different white people, black, Jews, Gentiles, Protestants, Catholics. I got that from Martin Luther King, for those who don't know, for y'all uneducated people. But diversity, having people of all kind of cultural backgrounds. Discrimination, not having cultural backgrounds. Equity, everything being the same. Equal. Or that equality. Equity, one of the two. Exclusion, the opposite of equity. Inclusion. Inclusion. Exclusion is in the. I don't understand how people. This how you only way that they would think. Only way that this Commissioner of Education would say DEI stands for discrimination, exclusion, and indoctrination is because he's racist. Ain't no way that he looks at the words DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and then says discrimination, exclusion, indoctrination, whatever. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I haven't even finished with the story, but I'm stuck on that part because ain't no way. And this goes out to the Florida Education Commissioner Manny Diaz Jr. Look at me. I'm 16 years old in high school. I go to college about in a year or two. Ain't no way that you should be at your position talking about how DEI stands for discrimination, exclusion, and indoctrination. Ain't no way that your educated self should be saying kids need to learn about the truth of this country without diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Ain't no way that you should sit in your office commissioning the education of the state of Florida when your mindset is stuck on what you think DEI stands for. Ain't no way you should be in your office with the mindset that diversity, equity, and inclusion stands for discrimination, exclusion, and indoctrination, whatever. Ain't no way that you, as the commissioner of education, should be quoting a governor who does not like education. Because if he did, he wouldn't be talking about the critical race theory or whatever. Ain't no way that you, as an education commissioner, the person who I guess runs the Florida Department of Education, ain't no way. And then another thing that they did that is crazy is they took out, I guess it looks like they took out a general education core course called Principles of Sociology with American History. The Chancellor of the Florida College System, Kathy Hebda, said, quote, taking out sociology really allows us to focus more with the new American history course on those foundational principles. The breadth of American history. I still got a half a page to read. But I can't. Because there are people like Ron DeSantis. There are people like Manny Diaz Jr. There are people like Cameron Sexton. There are people like Bill Lee. There are people who sit in these high offices, who sit in offices who are supposed to make change, but serve themselves instead of serving their constituents. There are people in offices who only think about themselves. A few weeks ago, the week before last, I talked about a New York legislator wanting to require Chick-fil-A's to be open on Sundays or every day of the week. Go back to the last episode, or you can go to, I think I posted that clip on my Instagram. There are people who want to serve themselves. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Alright, we are going to continue on with the Kelvin Graves Show. I have some things I think y'all gonna be interested in. Alright, we'll be right back. What is up, everybody? It's Kelvin Graves, CEO and executive producer of Kelvin Graves Studios, and I wanted to let y'all know to subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on the post notifications. Listen, Kelvin Graves Studios has everything from cooking shows to election review shows to podcasts, so you can know what black men and black teens are thinking about today in this very time. It's by teens, for teens. So follow us at Kelvin Graves Studios on Instagram. Follow me at I am Kel Gray on Instagram, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is Kelvin Graves Studios on obviously YouTube and coming to a podcast platform near you. All right. So with that being said, I'll see y'all later. Peace. We're on almost our last topic. This is called Nashville's Own. What's up, y'all? It's Kelvin, the CEO and executive producer here at Kelvin Studios. And listen, if y'all want to hear short bios about Nashville civil rights activists, then listen to Nashville's Own podcast. This podcast is where I talk to y'all about unknown civil rights activists and all around African Americans you need to know about here in Nashville. So listen to Nashville's Own podcast coming to YouTube and a streaming platform near you soon. All right, for more information, just keep paying attention on Instagram and on YouTube. Alright, so follow us at Kelgray Studios on Instagram and follow me at I am Kelgray on Instagram. That is IAMKELGRAY. Alright, so I'll see y'all later. Peace. It's a podcast I'm going to start soon. I just need to figure out how to structure it how I want it to be. But Nashville Own, pretty much like the ads, like the commercial ad said, I'm just giving you history on Nashville civil rights activists that you may not know about, because everybody knows about Martin Luther King, John Lewis, Rosa Parks, Claudette Colvin, Coretta Scott King, Jesse Jackson, people know about them, but they don't know about the ones that live in Nashville. Alright. So today we're talking about, today we're talking about Robert E. Lillard. Robert E. Lillard was born, and I also got this from the Tennessee Encyclopedia. So if it's wrong, it is not my fault. I got this from somebody else. Should I have said that? Anyway, Robert E. Lillard was born March 23rd, Wait a minute. Who did I do on Nashville? Okay. Robert E. Lillard was born March 23rd, 1904 in Nashville, Tennessee to John W. and Virginia Lillard. He received his education at Inclement Mothers Academy and in local public schools before attending Beans Commercial College. Lillard's longtime dream was to become a lawyer, and in 1932, while working as a city garage attendant, Lillard entered Nashville's Kent College of Law. He graduated in 1935 and passed the bar exam in 1936. Lillard worked for the Nashville's Fire Engine Company and became actively involved in local black politics. In 1932, he organized the 15th Ward Colored Voters and Civics Club. Robert Lillard pursued local politicians to pay the $2 poll tax for over 100 black men and women in the 15th Ward. In 1951, Lillard entered the predominantly black 3rd District 2nd Ward City Councilman race against the white incumbent Charles Castleman. Castleman has the support of the mayor of Nashville, and politicians would offer Lillard money and jobs to drop out of the election. Lillard won the election and joined Z. Alexander Luby as the first African Americans elected to the Nashville City Council since 1911. Lillard served the council for 20 years, including the year Nashville made a switch to the metropolitan city. So Nashville was a regular city and then made the switch to a metropolitan government. Robert E. Lillard never missed a regular meeting. He served as chairman of several council committees. Lillard helped pursue the city to transform Cameron Junior High School into the second high school within the city limits for local African American students, and successfully gained an ordinance to desegregate the Parthenon in Central Park. Before retiring from the Metro Council in 1971, Lillard became the first African American to serve as vice mayor pro tem. He also made unsuccessful campaigns for vice mayor and councilman at large. Lillard went into the law field and gained admissions to the Federal District Court, the U.S. Court of Appeals, the Sixth Circuit Court, and the U.S. Supreme Court. Lillard was appointed. I was about to say anointed. Lillard was appointed to the Tennessee Board of Pardons and Paroles by two Tennessee governors. In 1978, Lillard was appointed as judge of the First Circuit Court and retired that same year. Lillard passed November 6, 1991. Y'all remember that the school in board off Kings Lane, Robert E. Lillard Elementary School, it closed maybe 2019, 2020. That was Robert E. Lillard. Robert E. Lillard was a triple threat. He was a judge, councilman, civil rights activist, lawyer, fireman. He was everything, And I'm glad we had people like Robert E. Lillard. We had Robert E. Lillard, Z. Alexander Luby, Avon Williams, Harold Love Sr., Dr. Dorothy Lavinia Brown, Thelma Harper. I'm missing somebody. Preston Taylor, J.C. Napier. We had people like that, in Nashville. Anyway, it's coming to our last topic of the day. This is a list I got from a list I found. This is the top 10 list of HBCU marching bands. And, I don't agree with everything on this list. I would switch some things around. I'm not going to because that's just going to confuse my brain. But number 10 on the HBCU marching band list is Norfolk State University, Spartan Legion. Number 9, Alabama State University's Mighty Marching Hornets. Number 8, Bethune-Cookman University's Marching Wildcats. Number 7, Prairie View A&M University's Marching Storm. Number 6, Tennessee State University's Tennessee State University's two-time Grammy Award-winning aristocrat bands. Southern University's, number 5, Southern University's Human Jukebox. Number 4, North Carolina A&T's Blue and Gold Marching Machine. Number 3, Howard University's Showtime Marching Band. Number 2, Florida A&M FAMU's Marching 100. And number 1, Jackson State University Sonic Boom of the South, a.k.a. the Summa Cum Laude of bands. Thank y'all so much for watching the Kelvin Graves Show. I'm your host, Kelvin Graves. Like I said at the beginning of the show, this actually was pretty quick. This show went by quick. This went by quick. No, it didn't. I started this process at 1:36. Okay, anyway, my book, Dinner Desserts, Guide to My Favorite Recipes, is coming out in a few months. Kelvin Graves Show is coming back. Kelvin Graves Studios is coming back. Stay tuned in February, while I might do something along the lines of Black History. I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah. Oh, I will, because they're going to be 29 days this month. Anyway, I'm going to do something. I don't know yet. Thank y'all for watching the Kelvin Graves Show. I'm your host, Kelvin Graves. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you can be notified. Follow me. Follow Kel Graves Studios on Instagram. That's Kel Graves Studios. And on TikTok, Kel Graves. It's not Kel Graves Studio. I think it is. It's something like that, but I have to change the name because I messed up the username. Follow me on Instagram at I am Kel Gray. That is IAMKELGRAY. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next episode.